Alright, today we're gonna be doing the transmission fluid flash on 2009 Toyota RAV4. It's a 4-cylinder engine, 2.5 liter, and the car has about 50,000 miles on it. And as you can see, it is not pink. It is really dirty fluid and needs to be changed. Toyota claims to have a lifetime fluid here, but normally it is pink and it looks black and yucky. It doesn't smell like burnt fluid, but it is definitely needs to be at least flashed. The tools we'll be using today are regular set of wrenches, and we also need a bit like this. It's a 10mm pattern bit. I got it at AutoZone. I think it was like $6 or something like that. Also, I got some genuine Toyota WS transmission fluid. I got 4 quarts, although if I'm not mistaken it says you're gonna use about 3 quarts, but I got one just in case to have.
Cool.
And also another thing I got is the little pitcher that has measurements on the side of it, so we can see how much transmission fluid we took out, so we'll put in the same amount as we took out. And I also got my handy assistant Nico that's gonna help me with this procedure. I already removed the plastic panel that goes underneath it that protects all the, I guess you could call it a skid plate, but it's not a skid plate because it's plastic. And it's held by some clips like this that you just pry off. And it's a 10mm self-tapping screws that are in there.
Whoa, so this is cool.
To get to the transmission drain plug, we have to go under the car. It's the transmission drain plug and transmission pan located on the driver's side, and plug is right there. You can see from the plug is right here. There it is. So let's proceed. I'm gonna set the camera on the stand, point at it so you guys can see what's going on, and we'll go from there.
Hi, assistant Daddy.
Alright, so the fluid is draining now. I hope you guys been able to see how I took the plug out. And it looks like it will be almost 4 quarts from just the drain and fill without dropping the pan. I suspect if I were to drop the pan, it would be more. It would probably be 5 quarts. Although I believe I read that it would take 3 quarts for drain and fill. And I did check my fluid level when the car was running and warm, was shifting through the gears back and forth, and then checked the fluid level, and it was at the hot mark, proper level. So I know that the amount I take out is the amount that I'm gonna have to put in. If you lower a little bit on fluid, then measure accordingly. You know, put in how much you took out and run through the gears, and then check the dipstick to see how much else you need to add. And we'll just Just gonna have to wait a little bit until it drains. So I'm gonna turn the camera off. I'll come back when it's done. So the fluid have been drained, and seems like it came up to be about 3.5 quarts that came out of the pan.
Yep.
How does it smell, Nico? It doesn't smell too good, huh?
Yep.
So that's the amount we're gonna put back in. As you can see, it is dirty black, not pink how it's supposed to be. So
It's supposed to be
I'm gonna
pink.
proceed. I'm gonna try to fish that pan plug out from my container because I dropped it in there. Next time I'm gonna try to use a not so high of a container so I can have my hand there to try to catch it. But yeah, so give me a minute, I'll set everything up and we'll continue. Alright, so I was able to get the plug out from my thing without making too much of a mess. So we're gonna put it back in, and I cleaned it up, and I'm gonna put a little bit of transmission fluid on the threads, and we'll go from there. Always started by hand, so you won't cross thread. You can feel the threads when you're putting it in. And put it up like this, and then tighten it with the wrench. Don't tighten it too much, just as long as it's snug, it shouldn't leak.
I don't understand. Not, but I could search the web for it.
And just wipe it clean so you don't have much mess. And the fluid was drained. Now we're gonna proceed to filling it back with the clean and fresh fluid.
Good.
So next step in this process is to fill it back up with fluid. For that I'm gonna use the funnel, and I'm gonna put it in the dipstick hole, and I'm gonna go for it. The bottles have the measurements on them, as you can see, so I know I need to put in 3.5 quarts back into it, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Nico, get.
I'm looking. But I want to look. Oh, it's red. It's red. It's actually red.
Yep. It's nice and red and pink.
Red and pink.
Comparing to the old fluid, it's amazing how dirty the old fluid was. And they claim it to be lifetime fluid, which I don't believe so.
Where are we gonna put the? Where are we gonna put that food?
We'll just keep it right here for now.
Are
What?
we?
So, 3.5 quarts later,
What?
we're gonna replace the dipstick.
Lipstick. What did you say again?
Check under the car to make sure that there is no leaks.
No leak. Any leaks? No leaks.
Doesn't seem to be dripping at all. Everything seems to be clean.
Yep.
And we're gonna start a car and run it through the gears. Yeah. Run it through the gears. we're gonna go to reverse, neutral, drive, third, second, and low, which is first, and then we're gonna go back, and again to make sure that the transmission fluid floats through the whole thing. And we're gonna go check under the car again after we're done this, and the car running, to make sure nothing's leaking anywhere. And it's all nice and dry here. No drips, nothing. After the car runs for a minute, I'm gonna check the fluid level to make sure that it's within the range that it's supposed to be on the dipstick, and that would be it. Make sure to install the skid guard back on, and this concludes drain and fill video on a 2009 Toyota RAV4. Thank you.